I want to go out to Rabbi Shmuley Boteach, a former friend and spiritual advisor to Michael Jackson. What do you make of this bevy of women? Clearly, Dr. Conrad Murray has a type. The woman you're looking at right here, Nicole Alvarez, who also took the stand today, is what some would call in the media and have called his baby mama. She testified. What do you make of this collection of women, Rabbi?
Well, Jane, the face of American greed is no longer Gordon Gekko. It is now Conrad Murray. It's astonishing. We're now seeing that this doctor absolutely had a price. And he's not a ladies' man. A ladies' man is someone who has some relationship with ladies. He's a misogynist. He's someone who hates women. He plays them up against each other. He uses them constantly when and if he's interested in them, when it suits his own needs and purposes. They all exist simultaneously. That's a form of contempt toward women. This is a man of very low character, obviously. But the great irony of this and the tragedy of it, Jane, is that Michael once said to me that he started his career as a small boy playing in these nightclubs with the Jackson 5 where there were exotic dancers, strippers. And it gave him like a very low view of sexuality, of even the relationship between men and women, because as a child, the first thing he witnesses is that women will do all this for money. That the end of his life now, the circle closes with his collection of exotic dancers who are on the phone with his doctor as he's struggling to breathe. This couldn't be scripted. This is unbelievable. It's shocking. It's repulsive. It's loathsome. And whatever Conrad Murray is, guilty or innocent, he is a man of extremely low character.
Rabbi Shmuley Boteach, one of the points that I've been making over the course of this trial, which is moving at lightning speed, is that as a layperson, I can very easily get confused by milligrams and milliliters and all sorts of medical jargon. And when we get to the defense case, do you suspect that they are going to try to confuse the jury by making the medical aspect of this case incredibly complicated, which won't be that tough, and in confusion there will be reasonable doubt?
Well, not only is there confusion with regards to the prescription drug medication and the quantities. I mean, Jane, my head is spinning from the amount of women that appeared in a single day. But what the jury is certainly going to conclude, and what our learned lawyers on this panel are forgetting, is that the jury are lay people like me. What the jury is certainly going to conclude is that Michael Jackson was a troubled soul who could not even sleep at night. He was very nervous about these upcoming concerts which represented his comeback, and he trusted his life into the care of a physician who was being paid a mountain of money to ensure that he was healthy. And instead, he uses Michael to create a harem. I mean, to literally bring in all these women, cheat on his wife, get a date, and while Michael is struggling to breathe, he's calling them in quick succession. I mean, if that isn't the case for gross negligence, then it has no meaning. I'm actually surprised at so many of the learned lawyers on this panel who are saying that none of this matters. Let us not forget, this trial is being televised, for goodness sake. This isn't just a legal question of liability. This is a morality tale now that all of America is watching. We all want to be rich and famous. It's the great American dream. And Michael, that never brought him happiness. He wanted credibility. He wanted his message to be taken seriously. And he was depressed because it wasn't. And the fact that it could now end with all of this tawdry stripper stuff yet again, and a doctor who's hanging out in these clubs, dropping Michael's name to get dates and talking to them while his patient is struggling to breathe, is beyond belief.